Hey guys, what's up? Happy Halloween, guys. I am dressed up as Freddy Krueger, if you can't tell. I am awful at Halloween makeup. So, I'm good at, traditional glam makeup. I do that all the time. But, Halloween makeup, I look ridiculous. I look insane. And that's how I feel. But also, I don't wear this all the time. So, I guess, that's also, a... Why? I don't know. I don't dress up as fictional serial killers on the daily, and my cat really wants attention, so she keeps messing with me and messing with my hat. But yeah, happy Halloween from me and Sadie. I am dressed up as Freddy Krueger today. Why, you ask? Why would you dress up as Freddy Krueger? Because I got this Halloween costume a year ago. I bought this last year, and I intended to wear it last year. But then, this cat is messing with my hat. But then, I was like, no, I don't really want to do it. And I decided I didn't really want to do it because I figured out that Freddy Krueger is an awful person, and obviously he is, because he's a, movie villain, but also because Freddy Krueger, I don't know if you guys realize this or not, but Freddy Krueger is a predator, a pedophile. So I was like, I don't know if I really want to dress up as Freddy Krueger for Halloween, because I don't really know if I want to go into a school dressed up like that, because I do work with kids. So that's the reason. And I'm trying to get this glove on that does not fit me at all. Gloves never fit me. It doesn't matter what they are. But anyways, this is my best. So yeah, y'all, I'm not gonna keep wearing this glove, but So anyways, also remember this movie, Nightmare on Elm Street, was set in a town where teenagers' dreams were being infiltrated by Freddy Krueger. So he was after teenagers, he was after kids. Freddy Krueger is not a good guy in any sense, and he is a predator. So yeah, I didn't really want to dress up as a predator and go to school. So yeah, so I'm just doing it on my YouTube channel. Slay. So yeah, and I paid money for this costume. I don't remember how much, because like I said, it was a year ago. But I do know I am taking off that glove, and also I do know that I paid money for it, and that I'm going to use it. So yeah, I'm using it. So happy Halloween. If you want to see pictures of me in this look, I'm going to take pictures. I'm probably going to dress up as this again, because today I do have things to do, friends to hang out with, places to see, places to go. So I'm probably not going to wear this to my friend's house, but I am going to take off my makeup and change into something else. But yeah, so that is the plan today. That's on the docket. So anyways, today, wait, you know what we should do? We should do nightmares, y'all. And of course, we're going on Reddit. So I typed in, what is your creepiest, scariest nightmare or experience, into Reddit. So yeah. So this one is by Conscious Perception, and this was posted 12 years ago. Why are all these posted 12 years ago? I don't know. I really don't know. So anyways, my roommate has had terrible nightmares since she was about 12 years old. Even as an adult, she has woken me up on multiple occasions because she just needs to be with a real person after some of these episodes. Her worst nightmares are the ones where she thinks she's woken up but is still dreaming. As a teenager living with her parents, she once dreamed that she woke up in the middle of the night. She noticed a hallway light was frozen from beneath the doorway. She also noticed a pair of feet facing perpendicular to the doorway. Slowly, she crawled over and looked under the door to see a naked young boy just staring down the hall. She woke up, thankfully, and rolled over towards the corner between the bed and the wall. Then she saw that he was sitting on her bed. Then she woke up for real. I hate that. Here's my thing. I've never had bad nightmares. Knock on wood. But I have had nightmares before, like whenever I was little, because my mom would make us watch scary movies every Friday. And of course, as a child, that would give me nightmares. But anyways, so we would watch scary movies and I would have nightmares. But I never had sleep paralysis or anything crazy like that. So this one is by Aros 102, also posted 12 years ago. Me and my adopted twin brother, so both of you are adopted, I guess, yeah, because that's confusing. Anyway, worked at a scout camp over the summer one year. We worked down at the shooting range, and so before we opened for the summer, we had to get a bunch of rope and line out from the surrounding area, so we didn't have random scouts walking into the shooting range while it was hot. Mind, this was not a short trip. We more than likely had a total of 3 miles or so of rope. On the trip, my twin lost his butterfly knife. He didn't realize until the trip was over and that the sun was going down, so we decided to make quick work of it and scan back through the trail with the little daylight that we had in search of it. That's when we started hearing things. I'm not a believer of paranormal activity, but this was scary. When we turned our backs on the trail and walked towards the destination, we heard something moving after us. It wasn't psychological either, because we both heard the same things at the same time. At one point, we decided to turn around and figure out what it was. I pulled out my knife that I had on me just in case, and we started back. Everything was quiet. Then something darted out of a bush away from the trail. We gave a chase for a short while, but it was too dark to continue on. Before we turned back through, we saw what can only be related to as the rake. I know it's not real, but that's what it looked like. We sprinted back to the trail, and the way back we came. Needless to say, we never went on that trail again. So is this a dream or not? I can't tell. I don't think it is. So anyways, this one is by Johnny Rolls. What about this dream? 9 years ago, I had a nightmare in a pastel-like camera filter, all grainy, where boxes ate people, gore included, and taped themselves up. It started out in an open area with people running from boxes, screaming, "Oh God, help me." A woman and a couple of people ran into the stationery store. Then the boxes killed every person except me. During the dream, there was some speaking, and to this day, I cannot understand what it said. I was only 8 at the time and never played gory games or anything that would cause this dream. I still have flashbacks during the day of this dream. That's crazy. And then this one, somebody had sleep paralysis. This is Infurious X. My first memorable episode of sleep paralysis came from when I was about 7 to 9 years old, somewhere in there. I had a dream that I was trapped in this old house with barred windows, doors nailed shut, etc. I was constantly being chased down dark hallways by monsters, demons, and such. Every time I'd wake up, I'd be completely frozen to the bed, completely unable to move. I'd fall back asleep and go right back to the nightmare house. This vicious cycle felt like it lasted forever. The worst part was the last time I woke up, frozen in my bed, I was once again completely unable to move. This time, I felt a sensation on my leg. It felt like someone was walking their fingers up from my feet and my outer thigh, except there was no one there, and I could see my breath in the room. At that point, I closed my eyes and prayed. Not much for religion now, but grades K through 4, I was going to a private Christian school, so this stuff was initially ingrained to me. I prayed whatever wrong with it, and that I had done to deserve this. I do my best to make it right if this nightmare cycle would just go away. I fell back asleep, and as I was back in the house, except this time all the lights were on and the monsters were people in costumes having fun. It was quiet, the trying experience for a young kid. It was quiet. I can't read. Sorry. So anyways, next. This one is by Sturbanks. Or Sturberks. I had just one last night. Let me point it out, I'm Canadian. I've never been out of my province. I was in Detroit for a hockey thing. I'm a big hockey fan. I might have been the draft, and I met a Montreal fan. I went back to his house with him, and I remember lying in his bed looking at his wall of Montreal memorabilia. In my dream, I went outside with his younger sister to play on the riverbank behind the house. I watched while she played in the sand. While walking back up to the house, I noticed a building that looked like an old classroom. I went in. I was rotting and dark and musty. It was rotting and dark and musty. I ran into a demon who was trying to kill me and cursed me. For the rest of my dream, I was in the boy's house, looking for his front room window. Every time I glanced over, I would see a demon doing something. One time I saw it take from a girl with long hair, banging its head on the fence. Another time I could see hanging from the tree outside the school building. I kept getting flashes and whispers from it projected in my head. I remember trying to call out my boyfriend and my mom, but all I'd hear was cracking and my call would drop. I still want to cry thinking about it. I also had this dream after I woke up when my boyfriend went to work and fell back asleep. Another scary dream, I was put back in time, running from zombies in the 1800s. Scary shit, man. That is scary. So we're going to do one more. So let's do this one by 10 Heartbeats. As a child and young teen, I used to have recurring nightmares that used to destroy my fucking nerves every time I had it. The dream would take on two different scenarios, but end with the same panic. The first would take place sitting next to a large lake at night. I would end up being pulled in, fighting back to get above water before I drowned. The second, I would be held down and buried alive. I would honestly feel as though I was seconds from death, which at one point I would wake, being tightly wrapped in blankets with my head closed off from under the blanket and my pillow. I would always freak out and throw myself off the bed. I would struggle to catch my breath with a feeling of pure panic. I'm glad I don't have the craziness anymore, but I still remember the feeling. Spooky. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a big old thumbs up. Comment down below anything you want. I'll have pictures posted on my Instagram and of my Halloween costume. And I will see you all in my next video. Don't forget to stay bananas. Bye-bye.